Welcome back to the Rest is F1 podcast. Today we are looking at the Australian Grand Prix, the first race of the year. I'm your host Shaq, and today with me I have Ham. Welcome back, Ham.
Hey guys, thanks Shaq for the warm welcome. It's been a while since I've been on the podcast, and I'm glad to be back. And let's get that started.
Yeah, you came back at the right time. We just had one of the craziest races in a little while now. I think very similar to sort of Brazil last year. Just chaotic, crazy race. Australia, you had crazy things like Norris won out of all of the chaos. He still came out on top. We had five DNFs and one person was had a DNS. And well, I mean, it's all down to the rain, wasn't it? Like Norris on pole, Piastri second. McLaren looked like they had it with the dry qualifying. They still looked like they were clearly going to win. They were what? They were like 20 seconds ahead of third place, I think, right?
20 seconds, yes. No, but then towards the end, where with all the safety cars and everything, they were close by.
Yeah.
But then it was a mega win by Norris. I was expecting a turn one incident by him, but then he kept it clean. He had no issues. He covered up Piastri and Verstappen at the same time towards the turn one, and he did it beautifully. And he did keep a really good lead. And talking about the DNFs and the DNS, like you said, it kind of reminds me of Brazil, but then it was a beautiful race this time.
Yeah.
The all the DNF was because of the rain, no crashes amongst each other, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
There were no clashes between other drivers. It was a clean race, but then the rain kind of ruined it for everybody else.
Yeah. A lot of
And
mistakes.
DNS, yeah, the DNS was a very unfortunate incident over there. Unlucky for the rookie driver Hajab, but then it is the first race of the season.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't
At
get
least
on
he
with
can
that,
he can
and
blame it on the fact he's a rookie right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
But then that's not what you expect from a Formula One driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, there are plenty of races to come. Just the first race of the season. Plenty of things to see.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so like Norris, very kind of cool, collected, but for most of the race, it was the two McLarens just leading, and it was kind of them fighting. So, not really fighting wheel to wheel, but getting close. Piastri caught up quite a bit after he had taken overtaken Verstappen, and that was getting a bit close between the two McLaren. And then the team actually said to hold your positions, just wait until we get past these lap cars and all that stuff. So interesting for McLaren to do that in the first, you know, race of the year where one of them has a home race. Not exactly understanding why they would do that. I feel like they should have let Piastri race, you know? What do you think?
But then Shaq, I do agree with you. I was expecting a race between Norris and Piastri. He had a small trouble with the start of the race. He had a small understeer, if I'm not wrong, during the turn one. And but after a couple of laps, he's got to Verstappen.
Yeah.
He had put a great deal of time between him and Verstappen, and caught up with Norris. So I was expecting, since it's a home race, they were gonna do some sort of fight, or get the other person ahead, since especially since it's the home race. Zach Brown fact told over the radio and to us in the while he was being interviewed during the race. They are open to battle,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
started
Yeah. Yeah.
getting it to each other.
Yeah.
And Piastri was literally behind Norris, giving him the pressure. It was such a beautiful race by Piastri, but then the rain came at the wrong time, at the wrong place. Piastri
Yeah, it was
had
so
had
unlucky.
lost his whole race. but then the his comeback from that at least to P9 was nothing but an amazing drive.
Yeah,
I would say
absolutely.
he lost it. He was reversing the car back into the tarmac and getting into the race. By then, a lot of people had already overtook him. But then now you can see the pace of McLaren,
Yeah.
where they caught on even to a Ferrari, which was Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
I
After
I
all
I
that,
I,
he
I didn't
still
see
was in front.
exactly. I didn't see much of pace from Ferrari's end. I don't know what is happening in Ferrari. And I'm starting to question Lewis's move to Ferrari this year was a bad one.
Yeah, yeah,
Because as you can
that's a
see,
good let's
Russ,
talk about Ferrari then. Let's talk about the Ferrari. What was that
exactly.
strategy? I
I have
mean,
no clue.
the safety
They
car came out and there was about 2 or 3 laps of the safety car out when they were cleaning up. I think it was Alonso's crash, right? Yeah, but
they had plenty of time to come in, change the tires to inters, and get back, and they would have kept a really good position. But then,
they were trying to take the risk. They were trying to, okay, let's stay on the hards and let's go out and
yeah,
let's finish the race
but then
on this tire, but it was just too wet and I don't know why they
it
even
was
tried
just
that. I
too
think they should have
bad
come
call
in
because
straight away.
yeah, I think one of the engineers literally told Charles that it is a class three rain.
Yeah, and they still did that.
And they still did a Ferrari. I don't know what you guys are doing. I think it's time to change your strategy. Focus on the races. Don't screw it up.
Yeah,
You've got one of the best lineups in the
the
grid
best.
into right now. The best,
Definitely the best.
the best lineup. Second to McLaren. Second to McLaren.
I would
So
argue
they've got the
the
expect.
best lineup on the grid has got Ferrari. I
Yeah,
think
but then second McLaren because McLaren, both Norris and Piastri have been showing they are capable of doing the best with the car they've been given. But then if it comes down to the experience, the all those
yeah,
the
experience is fully with
and
Leclerc and Hamilton.
Leclerc and Hamilton.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be Ferrari. But then right now, I would say they're second best in the grid with McLaren showing that they can do what needs to be done to be a world champion team and a world champion contestants for world drivers champion contestants as well.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Ferrari. That's how they're going. They need to clean their messes up, don't they?
And if you've noticed across the radio between Hamilton and his engineer,
Yeah.
the engineer is trying to
Give
I don't know
information.
what you call it. Give information like he's giving to a kid.
Yeah.
It's like you've got plenty of time for that. He had plenty of time for that, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is doing that mid race.
Yeah. I don't know why. It seems like Hamilton was frustrated about the radios. It seems like
Yeah,
that's definitely
exactly.
not how they would do it in Mercedes when he was there.
Eh, Exactly. I think Hamilton is having facing a really big issue without Bono over there on the
Yeah.
side. So I think it's
It'll
first
take
time
some
in 10
time to
years.
adapt. I think Lewis still
Yeah,
needs a few
first time in
races
10
to,
years somebody is telling him what to do.
yeah.
I think that yeah, I think it's going to take some while for Lewis to hang on.
Yeah, he needs a few
But then
races, not
let's
only
see.
to get used to that, but I think just Ferrari's sort of environment, the car, everything,
Yeah,
get used to that. Okay, so I want to talk about this guy right here. Okay, I want to talk about Max Verstappen. This guy is just overperforming. Like, he's just carrying that car so close to where it just should not be. Like, he was so close to Norris at the end, right?
I've got to say, people there have been was Max Verstappen haters in recent times, but now I think people are getting to understand how good of a driver he is. You can see the same person in a different car. I mean, as a different person in a same car is down at the bottom of the grid.
Yeah,
Almost, in fact, he's almost two places to last, and he, you can see how bad of a car that is and how good of a driver Max is.
yeah.
people has gonna start to respect him and for the way he is racing with the McLaren, which is twice as fast as the Red Bull is, and still
Yeah, yeah.
trying to keep up with it.
And he nearly
I've
got
got
it.
to say, that's
I think if it went for two more laps, maybe he could have got Norris and won that race. You never know. He had
probably yeah,
DRS
I agree. Yeah, DRS. He was literally on the tail of Norris. I
and
think because
he
we
would
all
take the risk, right? He would take that kind of
exact exactly, and we all know Norris. When somebody is behind him, he is gonna get stressed out,
yeah,
and he is gonna do some mistakes.
yeah.
But Verstappen, he is a driver that does not make much of mistakes and knows how to handle somebody when it's somebody behind him. I would rate him for the best driver of this race easily.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's definitely a good shout. Let's look at we've looked at the top teams, McLaren with their half good, half bad day. We've got Ferrari with their very bad day, and then Red Bull with the also kind of half good, half bad. But we have down the order of the grid, Russell and Antonelli, P3 and P4. Very good for Mercedes. Very good points.
I think Kimi has done a beautiful job.
Yeah,
Russell, he did a magnificent job. He has been there. He's done a really good job.
yeah,
Russell has been there. When Norris had gone down, he's gained to P3. He's just had a normal race, but then he kept on to it.
yeah.
He didn't make much mistakes. The team had a really good strategy. They followed it. It was good. I was uh, I was a bit skeptical when during qualifying they were on mediums.
Yeah, I think that was to get a
Uh,
tire out of the way.
yeah, exactly. But then I was a bit skeptical if they are doing the right move. But then towards the end of the race, when it comes to race day, they did a mega job.
Yeah,
That was
that's one thing Mercedes is
truly
much stronger at than most teams, isn't it?
exactly. And Kimi, I've got to say, I don't see him as a rookie. I
I
do
mean,
not see him as a
you
rookie.
definitely, you can still see rookie, little rookie, sort of glimpses
Little,
in there. You
little,
know, the little saves
yeah,
he's done and the spin he
yeah,
had,
he's
and
done.
through all of that, very good drive to come through and still get
You see,
P4.
you see,
But I just want to say,
P16,
he,
P4 was a mega job.
yeah,
Was
I
a
just want to say,
magnificent job.
he did inherit a lot of positions throughout that race, though, with some of, the safety cars and stuff like that. But that does not matter, obviously, because at the end of the day, overtaking, getting into the highest possible
Uh,
position, that's what's most
uh,
important.
Apparently, Albon's overtake was one of the best overtaking he has done.
I think
Yeah, I think
Piastri's on Hamilton was very good as well.
yeah, Piastri on Hamilton was really good
That
as
was
well.
really
I
good.
did see that. That was
Speaking
really
of
good.
speaking of the rest of the grid, Albon P5, Stroll P6, and Hulk P7. That's some crazy ways to finish the race. Like a Hulk P7, that's more points Sauber scored in one race this year than
E-
they've scored the
Exactly,
entire of last year. Albon P5 in
exactly.
the Williams, that is such a good result for a team that was
I think
ninth last year, And
I think
Stroll P6,
if
he was kind of thriving in the rain even.
yeah, but then I have a feeling if Sainz was there, I think he would have been close to at least in the top 10. So I think it's a bit of an unluck, but then Albon, Stroll, and Hulk, I least expected them. Albon, yeah, but then Stroll and Hulk was the least expected person
Yep.
that I would predict in my top 10. But
Yeah.
then again,
But
it's the first race.
we're
Let's
still
see if
learning
they're
the
gonna
pecking
repeat
order.
the exactly. Yeah, there's nothing to conclude right now because there are a lot of races, a lot of people gonna come in. So I would say let's wait for a couple of more races. We'll see what it is. We'll see the standing.
We've only got, a week till China, so that's gonna be exciting. Another race just around the corner, nothing to
Uh,
wait for.
exactly. Can't wait for that to happen. Start.
Yeah, well, that kind of covers the whole of the Melbourne race here in Australia. I think
I think
that's
I think
about
I think
everything.
you're missing one small part there
Oh
about
yes, yes, yes.
Hadja.
Okay, I remember. Yep. Okay, so Helmut Marko had some very harsh words to say about Isaac Hadjar, and he essentially said that he shouldn't be crying and it was embarrassing and all that stuff. And Anthony Lewis Hamilton's dad came and consoled him. That's the way you go over to a young rookie like that and make sure, oh, you're okay, all good, don't worry. It's a first race. It's just a mistake. These things come and go, and you will get better. This is the kind of stuff you should.
Exactly. Exactly. You should actually tease your rookie. You should actually console the rookie so that the next race he doesn't get scared much.
Yeah,
But then Helmut Marko, he's seen plenty of drivers throughout his lifetime, and he has just gone numb during this.
yeah,
It is this is a rookie. We've gotta help them get into it.
yeah, yeah,
Ease him there. He should just, he should not be so harsh with his words. But then Anthony Hamilton, that was a great job
yeah.
by him.
Mega,
I
he's mega.
just I respect his stature. I respect what he's done for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay. So that is everything covered. That's the Australian GP review. We That was such a good race, and I can't wait to see what is next for us. Hopefully, we got some more competitiveness with the other teams, but let's see what happens. For now, that's pretty much everything for today, and we'll see you guys for the next video, the China prediction. Bye bye.
See you guys and do subscribe.